This is my favorite here, the nightly news. You know, I always watch this. It's always got some good topics in it. I know a lot of youth don't watch it, but you need to learn a little something about what's going on out here.
We're back now with our investigation into human trafficking in the illicit marijuana industry. Before tonight, it was hard to tell who is responsible. Now, Jacob Soboroff reports that a
But see, if the marijuana was legal, it would eliminate that. I mean, if it was totally legal, it would eliminate it. Everything that you're trying to block, it just creates another market for illegal. You're not gonna never stop illegal activity. They didn't stop prohibition with alcohol. That's why they had to legalize it. Because the judges and everybody was still using it, even when it was illegal. So they might as well just legalize it and tax it instead of wasting all the tax dollars imprisoning people for it. And these are organized laundering money for Mexican cartels. Are they legal?
sophisticated international money laundering partnership may be
Yeah, he said sophisticated, and for years, China has been undermining the United States with Mexico. It's like Mexico is our enemy.
blame with deadly consequences. It's the latest report in our series, Captives of Cannabis.
It's early in the morning in Riverside County, California. These sheriff's deputies are about to execute.
And look how many people they wasted for this. And look who they all are. Shit.
A dozen search warrants on residential homes. They say they're going to find illegal marijuana grows there and victims of human trafficking working on those grows. But first, they're going to go after the leader of the operation. Is this?
Well, human trafficking, you know, it's a lot of that. It's a lot of that. You know, a lot of them do that. They rent houses and they have people working in it. So I done seen it before in my city, you know. It's not my business.
Person, a mid-level operator, kingpin, mastermind?
I would say this is a mid-level operator. We believe that the people that are ultimately in control.
And they always live in a nice area. You know, they be in a nice house or apartment, They're not gonna be in no bad area.
Or likely in China.
Search warrant, open the door!
All right.
Nice and easy. I got him.
They just got them early in the morning, 6 in the morning, as Ice-T used to say, 6 in the morning, police at my dog.
What did you guys find in there?
We found several documents that ultimately link these suspects living in this home to several of the other locations that we've been investigating.
The couple's arrested, and deputies focus on the organized crime ring they say this grow appears to be a part of.
We don't know how large this.
And look how big that house is. They ain't living in no small house at all. It's a nice size home. But that's all that money they making. You know? But don't nobody care about that.
Organization is, but we do believe that it is global to some extent.
If it is so big, how come you guys are out here alone? Where's the federal government? Where's the DEA?
That's a great question.
To push for answers, we met Bill Bodner, DEA's special agent in charge of Los Angeles, for an exclusive interview. In our report,
And you know, he probably know that that's his whole career. That's why he the main guy. He probably make $300,000 a year just capturing people.
we've seen Chinese nationals involved in the illicit cannabis trade. The law enforcement that we've been talking to says that they believe that the bosses of those operations are back in China. How is that connected to what you're seeing?
The Chinese criminal organizations have such a desire for U.S. dollars in cash that they're getting into a variety of criminal enterprises to create that cash. And I'm not surprised to hear that them running cannabis grows, it's generating cash that they're then using to accomplish capital flight out of China.
You know,
To China. But they allies. They allies. See, when you a country, it's just like the streets. You're the biggest group. But you starboard with all the smaller groups. All the smaller groups gonna gang up on you and turn on you. It's just a matter of time.
In other words, the DEA says this form of organized crime is one that extends far beyond black market cannabis and is rooted in a desire for Chinese nationals in the U.S. to get their money out of China due to recent restrictions on how much they can take out of the country.
Oh, okay. So go to the United States. You can go there. You can do anything here. It's a free country. Except for the people who live there, you gotta pay.
A U.S. Treasury official tells NBC News that Chinese criminal organizations are operating in the U.S. and now working with Mexican cartels by helping them launder money made from meth, fentanyl, and other drugs. They do
Not other drugs, all the drugs. All the drugs. Anything illegal. If they're an organized crime ring, they do everything. They do some of everything. Some more than another.
so by loaning out the cartel's dollars to unsuspecting Chinese people living in America.
They unsuspecting too. They getting the money. They don't care. They're not like, oh, like they care. If you give them a significant amount of money, no, they're not gonna care as long as they ain't getting caught.
These criminal organizations are then repaid in Chinese currency back in China, and the money launderers buy Chinese products and have them shipped to Mexico, where they're sold and give that money in pesos back to the cartels.
Look at all that money. See, that's how long they've been studying this whole program. They know everything they doing. Look how many they making billions. They're making billions. And then they got people coming in saying, oh, we can't get this and that yet because the people at the top over there got all of it.
In the end, no money actually crosses international borders, and the Treasury Department says the dirty dollars are, quote, disappearing into thin air. The DEA says instead of products like the clothes and appliances that were once widely available here in LA's wholesale district, the products money launderers are sending from China to Mexico are deadly.
Guess which product
He said deadly. Dope.
is very available in China that's not available here at all? Precursor chemicals. It was the synthetic drug explosion.
He said precursor chemicals. Basically the core chemical. The core, whatever the base, that's what make it. And the rest is everything else.
In 2015 and 2016, when this capital flight model started, precursor chemicals were used as a way to transfer wealth.
In Mexico, the precursors are made into meth and fentanyl, synthetic drugs that have caused U.S. overdose deaths to more than double since 2015.
Hey.
Yeah, because this is a part. See, everybody keep thinking it's going to be a boots on the ground war. It's not going to be a boots on the ground war. It's a chemical warfare. If you destroy half the population and you flood all the people in, you don't even know who's coming, which country they come from. When they come over, they just tell you anything. All you got to do is get inside. Once you get inside, it's plenty of places to hide. The population is overwhelming here. It's what, a million people, billion people here in the United States? I don't know the actual number, but we all know it's up there.
Sinaloa cartel, let me introduce you to Chinese organized crime. That's what happened. And by working together, they've been able to get millions, if not billions of dollars out of China into the United States.
Yeah, it's all to undermine the United States, and it's all for profit. That's what the world been on. When they said the new world, it's all about profit. Since the beginning of the time, everything's about profit. Because that's why, who has the biggest house, who has the biggest car, who has the most car, who has this, that, this. That's just the way the society is working.
States, and they've been able to use a synthetic drug trade to do it.
For you in the DEA, how do you go after stopping this from happening?
Our focus is 100% Sinaloa cartel, Jalisco New Generation.
Yeah, but you're not gonna catch me. I mean, they in their country hiding somewhere, and they might not be even hiding. What you gonna do?
Cartel, and it's because of this synthetic drug trade. It's like nothing we've seen before.
Yeah, it's not like nothing you've seen before. If they could make it in China, somebody could make the same synthetic drug here. You just need to know the compound. Some chemist is somewhere sitting around making it.
Until then, Mexican cartels and Chinese organized crime continue to use the United States as their middleman. With
the middleman, no, that's to undermine the United States. There's no middleman, nothing. Because that means, to be the middleman, that means the United States will have to be participating, knowingly.
No end in sight. Jacob Soboroff, NBC News.
So then you wonder what's going to be happening in 10 years from now. It's just going to get worse. It's going to get worse.